going to work with the energy of coexistence, inviting in the both and. So, what within you deserves or desires to be affirmed? So, it might look like you are holding both a sense of sadness, like I am, because I miss so many loved ones that aren't here anymore. But I also am holding this sense of joy and gratitude for things that I feel are unfolding in my life that I'm really excited about. And so today's practice will be about working with both, working with all, because there may be more senses, more things coming up for you. And it's okay for them all to exist together. And so through a practice of awakening the lung and large intestine, we are going to work with processing and filtering out any stagnant energy so that we might invite in a sense of harmony and coexistence. And for the duration of our practice, I invite you to allow your breath to breathe into their existence, to affirm their presence. What within you desires to be affirmed?
I'm calling for my phone. Oh, shit.
And gently bring yourself back into the present moment. You might blink open your eyes, or if you'd like to keep them closed throughout the practice, you are welcome to do so as we get into our first shape of butterfly. So bringing the bottoms of your feet together and allowing your legs, your knees to fall over to either side as if forming the wings of a butterfly. If you'd like, you can bring a blanket or pillow or block underneath your knees to support you. As with our yin practice that we've been doing thus far, we're really going to sit in this shape for a while. So inhale, allowing your navel to lift up out of your lower back. Exhale, allowing yourself to fold over towards your feet. Your forehead may rest where it needs to, or maybe it's floating in the air. If you'd like, you can bring your fingers in between your toes, one in between each toe, and just breathe in deeply here as we hold this butterfly shape. And then you can block and feel a little bit more spaciousness in you. Feel free to make adjustments as you need to. What within you desires your affirmation at this moment? Allowing your breath to invite that in, trusting them. Breathe in deeply. And we're about halfway through, so checking in to see if you have more space that you'd like to fold into, or if your body's asking you to ease up a bit, listening to that and trusting that. And breathe in deeply. Hold in this shape for 4 more deep breaths. And on your last exhale, begin to gently transition out of this, easing yourself up. If it feels good for your body, you might think about resetting by bringing your legs together to just move to either side to release some of that work that you just did. And when you're ready, we'll meet with our legs in a V shape here. And once you're in this shape, going only to the extent that feels right for you. Invitation here to inhale and lift up from your navel, out of your lower back. Exhale, folding forward onto the earth below. If you'd like to, you can grab a pillow, a blanket, a block to allow your forehead to rest for a moment, because you already know we'll be in this shape for a few moments, just allowing the energy to really settle and move through us. Finding the expression that is best for you in your body, and breathing deeply. Remain connected to that focus point you had at the beginning of our practice. What is it that desires the affirmation? What is it that desires to be in coexistence with you? Invite them in and allow the harmony to start awakening. And breathe in deeply. And we're about halfway through, so checking in to see if there are any adjustments you'd like to make. If you're feeling more space and would like to go into this a bit more. If you'd like to ease up and adjust as your body needs you to. Trust in that, honor that, and then breathe in deeply. Four more deep breaths here. Beautiful. And on that last exhale, begin to gently ease out of this shape. Reset and rebound as you need to. If you'd like to shake out your legs, bring some movement to either side, whatever is best for you. And when you're ready, we'll meet on our bellies on our mat. So bringing your elbows to align right underneath your shoulders. Your forearms are on the earth, palms are flat on the earth. And you'll start to see a natural lift in your chest and a slight bend in your lower back. If this feels like too much for your back, you can play with the distance you have your arms. If that still feels too intense, please feel free to bring your hands one over the other as though forming a pillow with your hands, and allow your forehead to rest on the earth. Whichever expression feels best for you, find that shape, find that expression, and breathe in deeply here for a few moments. Whichever expression you find yourself in, really allowing your breath to move through your chest. Releasing anything that feels tight. Allowing the breath to move through every part of your chest, You might even imagine that your breath is moving in and out of your heart. Breathe in deeply here. We're about halfway through. Beautiful job. And 4 more deep breaths here. Good job. And on your last exhale, begin to gently lower yourself to the earth. You can bring your head to either side if you'd like, or continue to rest your forehead on your hand pillow. That's where they were. I like to just bring a gentle shake to my body to loosen up my lower back and the work that I did there. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself back into a child's pose. So bringing your bottom back to meet your feet as you fold over, knees in closer together if that feels accessible, but giving yourself the space that you need in between your knees. Allowing your tailbone to move energetically towards your bottom. Your arms can come out to stretch on the mat, and forehead reaching for the earth as you breathe deeply here. Holding this for 4 deep breaths. And on your last exhale, begin to gently roll yourself up. Maybe intuitively you want to come onto all fours and just bring some cat-cow, some movement. So inhale, allow your belly to go towards the earth, and exhale as you round your back and tuck your tailbone. Maybe you want to bring some more rotations there. And when you're ready, we'll meet sitting on our mat. Just allowing your left leg to gently bend in towards the center line of your body. And then bringing your right leg over so that your right knee and your left knee are kind of stacked on top of each other. Then you'll start to see that you're kind of forming almost this shoelace effect, like a shoelace on your sneaker or tennis shoes, depending on where you're from. You might want to bring your fingers in between your toes if you'd like, and that feels good, because this is the full expression here. Invitation here, if you'd like to bring some support anywhere you need it, if you'd like to bring a blanket underneath your bottom, if it's lifting up off of the earth. Even if you'd like to fold over, if that feels good, you'll start to feel the opening a bit more. Finding the expression that feels best for you here, trusting it and breathing into this shape for a few moments. Like all yin shapes, I really like to embrace them as meditative postures, to really tune into the work that's moving through me. And so I invite you to do the same. What's happening here, not just within your physical body, but within your energetic and spiritual body. Breathing deeply. Checking in with yourself with that focus you brought in earlier. Where is it now? Where are those senses within you? And how might you bring them forth to exist together while in this shape. And breathe in deeply. Hold in this shape for 4 more deep and nourishing breaths. And on your last one, deep exhale, if that feels right, that always feels good for you. Begin to think about how you'd like to gently transition out of this shape, being safe and in care with your body. I like to just lean over to one side and maybe begin to unfold that little pretzel shape there. Again, don't worry about being cute. I'm just giving my body the reset that it needs, and I invite you to do the same. And when you're ready, we'll meet on the opposite side. So this time, bringing our right leg to bend in towards our center line body. Then bringing in our left to go on top. Left knee stacked over right. Finding the expression here might feel different than your other side. Bringing the earth to you as you need it. Maybe your fingers go in between your toes. And when you find the expression that is best for you, breathe in deeply into that expression and hold it for a few moments. Inviting in once again what desires to be present within you. Holding the both and inviting them into coexistence. Beautiful job. Breathing, staying connected to your breath as we hold this shape for 4 more deep breaths. And on your last exhale, begin to transition out of this shape with care for your body, coming out as you need to, giving yourself the reset that you need and desire. And when you're ready, still remaining in this upright seated position, we're going to bring our right leg back into the center line body. And then this time, allow your left leg to move towards the wall behind you. And as you feel this shape, it's forming kind of like this thunderbolt. I like to say like a Z shape almost. You'll notice that your bottom might come up a little bit off the left side. So if you'd like to, feel free to grab a blanket to support you a little bit. Block whatever you'd like to support you to bring the earth to you. And you might want to support and balance yourself by tenting your fingers to hold yourself up here like so. And that might feel like enough for you. But if you feel like you'd like to go into this a little bit differently, I invite you can bring a twist. You can feel which twist feels most nourishing for you. If you like to gently twist from your navel towards the right, or even gently twist from your navel towards the left. You might find that you even want to fold over. Whichever expression feels best for you, hold in that shape and breathe in deeply. And now that you have that expression, reconnecting once more with all of your senses. Bring them into existence. Beautiful job. And we're about halfway through. So checking in to see if there are any adjustments you'd like to make for yourself. And settling back in, bringing yourself back to that focus point, that point of meditation, if you will. And breathing deeply into those points. Hold in this shape for 4 more deep and nourishing breaths. And on your last exhale, begin to think about how you'd like to transition out of this shape. I like to just lean forward and really gently bring my back leg to meet the front leg. And then come up to do some release. As I like to say, don't worry about being cute, just be safe. And so when you're ready, we'll meet on the opposite side, pulling your left leg into bend, right leg to bend towards the back so that your foot is almost flat or reaching towards the flat of the back wall. Checking in to see if there's any support you'd like to give yourself here. It might feel different than the opposite side. Invitation to find the expression that is best for you. If you remember those twists, twisting gently from the navel or even folding forward. Finding the expression that is best for you here and breathing deeply into it. Where are those senses, those feelings at this moment? Checking in with them. What are they needing from you? And returning and staying connected to your inhale and your exhale. Hold in this shape for 4 more deep breaths. Beautiful. Really exhaling on that last exhale and begin to gently transition from this shape. Giving yourself the reset, the rebound that you need. And when you're ready, we'll meet on our backs for our closing shape of Shavasana. Options always, you can meet on your back. You can allow your knees to bend and fold into each other. You can rest your legs on the wall, on a chair, or a couch if it's near you. Whatever feels best. Embracing and holding that expression. And Shavasana. This is a practice of invitation. So often we're told to just focus on the good, the joy, the happiness, which are all beautiful emotions to experience. But when I think about the depths of sadness or confusion, anger that have existed inside of me, and the work of trying to just pretend like they don't exist, really do nothing. But it's when you begin to acknowledge that these different parts make us who we are. They connect us to ourselves and to others. To be connected to others is one of the greatest gifts that we have in this human experience. Hold in your Shavasana for 4 more deep breaths. And deep exhale. And if it feels good for you, I invite you to bring some gentle and intentional movements into your body as you need to intuitively. You might roll over to either side if it feels right, or if you find that you still like to stay here. Stay where you are in Shavasana, you're welcome to do so. If you find yourself inching up towards seated, I'll meet you there. With your eyes still gently closed, bring in once again those senses that desire to be affirmed. And just noticing your body and your breath. Thank you so much for showing up for a practice today. I pray that you are well in this moment and in the moments to come. Know that you are held. Know that every part of you deserves to exist. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the practice today. I'll see you next week.